Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Coffee Meets Real Estate. We're here on Prince Street and 36th Avenue at the Prince Tea House, where we're gonna be filming and talking about title insurance with Carina, Tom, and having some coffee, some tea, and some snacks. Make sure to join us and enjoy the episode.
Hey everyone, I'm here at the Prince Tea House today. I'm meeting MJ and Veronica, Coffee Meets Real Estate. Gonna talk some title today, so excited. Hi!
Yeah, but we have one
we
of
should
those.
do that.
The one that comes with the tea comes
I feel like that would look
right?
better.
Oh, everything here is amazing. So cute. Oh, look at this one. Look at this macaroon. Delicious.
Finger sandwiches. I love finger sandwiches.
I'm so excited.
I'm so happy that we're here at Prince Tea House and we were able to get you in. I feel like this was the perfect vibe for you because you're so curly.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm so grateful that you guys invited me today. I've been very excited about what you guys are doing with the coffee houses and the tea houses now. So thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, Liv. So let's talk real estate. And today we're talking titles.
Thank you for having me. You know what? Title is what I know. I've been doing this for about 25 years now. I hope I'm not aging myself by saying that, but you know, I'm very, very passionate about title insurance. So thank you so much for having me. I would love to tell you whatever it is you want to know about title.
Absolutely, and the buyers need to know because it's a very important subject that not a lot of buyers know about.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very true statement. A lot of times, you know, buyers and everyone walking around in society, they know about real estate, they've heard about lenders, but when it comes to title, which has happened to me for all of my life practically, people are like, what is title insurance? Is it homeowners insurance? I'm like, no, it's not homeowners insurance, it's title insurance. And it's a very important part of the real estate transaction.
Correct.
So if I were to give a brief description of what title insurance is to my best friend or to my neighbor, what I would say is that title insurance protects the title to that property. So the deed and the title are actually one and the same. The deed means title as well. And title insurance actually protects all of the rights to your property. It's what says that you are the rightful owner and nobody else could come onto that property and say, hey, that's my property also. And so that's why we insure the title to the property, which is very important because it's probably one of your biggest purchases that you'll ever make in your lifetime. It's a very big asset, so you want that to be protected.
You're so right. Title is such an important piece.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's so behind the scenes that a lot of people don't realize.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's actually a very important part of the process. For my realtors out there and lenders, you guys, you know that title could also, you know, prevent a closing from happening. You know, there are issues that could come up and it would be like a major roadblock in the whole title process. And so that's why I pride myself in not only going out there and sharing with people about my title company, but I also pride myself with educating people on what title is, so that when you are in the process and you pick the right realtor and you pick the right lender, you are also now have some knowledge of how important it is and what are the right questions to ask and how could certain obstacles be overcome. So there are some things that we could talk about, like different types of obstacles that could come up with the title, but I'm gonna let you guys lead this because this is your podcast.
Yeah, I mean, on my side, I want to say on the lending side, right there, you know, we could be during the process, right? We could be clear to close. We could be ready to go. The bank said you're good to go. You can close. And then all of a sudden, there's an issue on title. Let's say, for example, there was an open permit for a garage conversion, and I mean, for us, we'd be able to close it. But let's say it was somewhere like
So as far as us in title, when it comes to open permits, we are definitely providing that information to you lenders and to your buyer's attorney and your seller's attorney as information only. So a permit would have to then be handled by, if it's a purchase, let's say, it would have to be handled by the seller. He would have to go down to the building department and speak with an inspector there on what's the process to close that seller. And then from there, be able to repair it. Something with title that comes up a lot are open mortgages. That could come up on a sale side, and it also could come up on a refinance side, right? So for you lenders, when you're refinancing now with all the amazing low interest rates, that comes up. You have an open mortgage from many years ago, probably from like 1994, and it's still attached to your property. So when we run our title search, we go to the county clerk's offices. So whatever county your property is in, we run the title search at that county clerk. And then from there, we get what is called a mortgage schedule, any lien that's attached to that property. Sometimes there's old mortgages that have been paid off, and you as the lender might even say, listen, or the seller might say, listen, I paid this off a long time ago, why is it still showing open?
Right.
And us in title, we want to make sure that gets cleared up before the new buyer acquires the property. They don't want to inherit any old issues, past issues with previous owners. So what at that point we would do is, what happens a lot of times, loans get paid off and the lenders are so busy, these big banks, that their lien release department is supposed to send out a satisfaction, what's called a satisfaction, to the county clerk's office for it to be recorded, and then that's what would clear it up. And it would, the chain of title, like we like to say, would then at that point be going consecutively as it should be. It would show that loan is paid off. So these are things that we would work very diligently on clearing up. We would potentially have the seller or the current owner contact that old lender. If they can't find the lender, we'll help them find the lender and find ways to clear that open mortgage up. Okay, so that's one example.
You're very active in the business. You're one of the most active people in the business. Can you tell us how long you've been in the business and what makes you so successful? Why do people really want to work with you?
Okay, so that's actually a great question, and I'm actually very proud to be an empowered Latino woman, and I can honestly say that now that I've reached the apex of my career, and at this point, what I'd like to do is pay it forward, and I love educating and just passing along my little nuggets of wisdom to up and coming people in the real estate industry, especially the youngins. Like my heart goes out to them, and I remember when I started at 18 years old. So I started in title insurance at the age of 18. I literally fell into it, and that's actually a book that I have to write someday, but I wish I could really get into that story. So I'll give you the gist of it. I was working in the mall, in Rooseveltville Mall. I'm a Long Island girl. And I was working at Glamour Shots. And, I was always a very friendly person, very open, and it was a late night, I had to close down the store, and it was the last party, and there happened to be this beautiful lady that was there, and she basically gave me my opportunity in title. She just said, listen, I'll get you in the door, and I took the opportunity. The best advice that I could give to somebody that's up and coming is just take the chance and always have your ears and your eyes open, ready for that opportunity to come knocking, because it doesn't just scream at you sometimes, it's a whisper, and you just have to always be open and ready to receive and walk through the door. So that's all it takes. It literally was life-changing for me. Obviously, it was a lot of hard work and a lot of getting out of my comfort zone. But I'm very grateful for the industry. It provided a very nice life for my family, for my son. I was a single mom at the time. I had him right after I got my foot in the door. I did ask everyone that was in that office, including the president of the largest underwriter. I asked her I want to learn everything there is to know about title. And that's what set off my career. And then at 21, I said, you know what, I want to do sales. And I took a chance. I took a leap of faith. I stayed around it I was very present. I was like a sponge, always learning, and I was always motivated. I always had my goal, my end in sight, you know, and so I'm very grateful for that. As far as networking, I like to say that at this point, I'm a connector of people. I love connecting people. I love networking. I always love to get to know you and get to know about you. Once I know where you are, what business you do, I'm always having my ears open for a chance that it would help you grow your business. And then I immediately will plug your name, and I'm just gifted at doing that. And you know, I love helping people. That's like my number one thing, and this business has rewarded me that opportunity to help a lot of people here. I literally have had people at closing hug and kiss me, you know.
Right. And they don't really do that with the title company.
And it's genuine. It's very genuine. You could tell that I really love doing what I do.
You can definitely see that it shines through your work, and I can see how it correlates a lot with title and how it helps the business and things like that. So we're so grateful that we were able to have you here and give us those little nuggets and things like that. You drop gems on purpose, people.
Anytime. You girls are a blessing in my life.
Cheers to that.
Thank you.
Cheers. So there you have it, folks. We spoke real estate today, and today's topic was title. We felt very inspired by Carina's story, and I hope that all of you felt inspired too, and you were educated as well on what title actually is. See you guys next time.